Read it aloud. Let's hear exactly what it says.
Give it up for Monogram. It IPO'd last week, May 18th. By the way, this is what I look like. I'm novice. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I do have fun. And with that, let's jump into Monogram's IPO. If you're not caught up, Monogram Orthopaedics is a company looking to disrupt the joint replacement market with advanced robotics and customizable implants. They've been a champion in the equity crowdfunding space since 2020. They've raised on Seed Invest, StartEngine, Republic, and even their own website through Dealmaker. I invested in them on Seed Invest in 2020. And looks like between now and then they've raised approximately $23 million from equity crowdfunding investors. So in this video, we're going to cover each of the rounds they raised, the price per share, the split adjusted price per share, and the returns that folks have on paper based on the current share price. I'll also talk about some of the challenges that the investors are facing right now post IPO, and I'll talk a little bit about my own situation as well. All right, let's delve in. Okay, so let's just go down the list of the different raises that Monogram has done. So their Series A was on Seed Invest, and that was a price of $4 a share. Split adjusted share price, $2. Series B was on StartEngine, $752 a share. Split adjusted, 3.76. I'm not sure if there were any owner's bonuses with StartEngine. Usually that is the case. And if so, this number could be lower for StartEngine folks. I don't know if this is a bridge round or what, but Monogram did a raise at $10.01 a share. It was a Reg CF raise, and the split adjusted value for this is $5 and some fractions of a penny. Now, the reason this is highlighted orange is because this was, I believe, their only regulation CF raise. And the implications here are that any investor who invested here actually has to hold on to those securities for 1 year before they're able to sell. So they're locked up. Everyone else, I believe they're legally allowed to share, to sell their shares right upon IPO. Now, whether they were actually able to, we'll jump into that momentarily. Finally, Series C was on their site, and I believe Republic as well. And they were raising at $7.25 a share, but this was post-split. So everyone who invested in these 3 rounds, they essentially got like 2-for-1 shares, and whoever invested here, they just got 1 share. There was no split. Current trading price. This is Sunday, May 21st. Current trading price is $13.5. And you can see the return based on each of these rounds. So if you invested on Seed Invest, you got 675%. You have this return on paper, and so on and so forth. And I'll plug in a few sample investments so you can see dollar values, but let's say you invested $500 in each of these rounds. You'll see the sample returns accordingly. This is what $500 looks like. And although it's lower the closer they got to IPO, which makes sense, there's something to be said about this last round here, because right after this round closed, these returns on paper were possible. So think about this. You could have gotten in the last like month at $7.25, and the price is already at $13.5, and it's almost 200%. So you're almost doubled your money. So there's definitely something to be said about the time here. Whereas, you know, Seed Invest investors who got in at $2 a share, we've had to wait for two and a half years, basically. So this is 500 sample investment. What if you put 1,000 in? Not looking so bad. What if you put 10,000 in? I mean, those are some nifty numbers there. If you're wondering how much I put in for this particular company, I put in approximately 4,000. It's plus fees, so My cost basis was slightly higher, but you can see what I'm looking at based on the current trading price. All right, now let's talk about the challenges folks have run into with regard to the IPO. So at a high level, it seems like everyone, except these folks who are just locked in by default, but it seems as though because there are so many investors trying to take shares from the transfer agent at once, that's been causing some logistical issues. So maybe I should back up for a moment. When we buy shares on these equity crowdfunding platforms, Seed Invest, StartEngine, even their own site, those shares have to be given to a custodian before moving to our brokerages. And once they're on a brokerage, that's how we sell the shares. So what's happening is they were moved to the transfer agent, and there were so many inquiries from all of these investors that it seems as though that process was either slowed down or is delayed in some capacity. So many or most, or maybe even all these investors have yet to be able to sell their shares on the stock market. Now, that's somewhat problematic because ideally, if we were able to sell right on IPO day, some of us would have seen some crazy gains because the price went up to, I think it went up to like $48 a share just on IPO. It popped. And if we see, what that would have looked like even if you had invested $500, you're looking at like a $12,000 return, which is, it's just quite impressive, right? But because equity crowdfunding investors weren't able to sell, or at least most of them weren't, I doubt any of us got in at the high, or even when it was $20. Once again, it sounds like this is based on a technological limitation, not just the company limitation. What's this company called? I think it's called Equity Shares. But at any rate, I think they're using the same technology that other transfer agents are using, and it seems like the limitation is across the board. So I'm hoping in the future we can see improvements to that technology that help facilitate a fast turnaround when it comes to transferring these shares from equity crowdfunding investors all to their brokerages very quickly, because we all want to get in on the IPO hype, or at least have the option to. Personally, I'm waiting for the valuation to go to at least $1 billion before I sell out. Might go higher than that, but yeah, I'm happy to hear what you all have to say. Did I get all my numbers right? Someone check me, keep me honest. Would love to hear what else you're investing in. Oh, I want to do an outro panel, I want to have some sort of outro panel. I don't know how to do it yet, but what I'm hoping is that I have like outro and you'll see the companies that are on my radar. So for example, right now, Avadain is on my radar. I'm already invested in them. They're on Netcapital, but I'm going to try and invest again. Atombeam on StartEngine. I'm already invested. I'm likely going to invest again. Truleo on StartEngine, the AI body cam review. I'm not invested, but I plan on doing that if I can get the funds together. So hopefully I at some point I have an outro banner where you can see the things that I'm looking at, things that I've invested in. Yeah, other than that, hope everyone is doing well. Hope your portfolio is treating you well. And yeah, let me know, did you invest in Monogram? If so, how are you liking your return so far? And have you been able to sell? Keep me posted and hope to catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.